see if I can talk and walk at the same time. If you know me, you know that's a challenge.
Morning.
Hi, John. Good morning.
What's wrong? Are you live?
I am live.
So, good morning, everyone.
Hi, John.
Morning.
Good morning. Let's go over to the perch. I don't know if you guys could tell, my hands were shaking. So silly.
You're solo this week without Bill.
I'm solo.
We expect to see the quality of everything go up. Ooh, did you say that?
Did you say that out loud? Oh boy. Here we go. Oop, wrong way. There it is. Okay. We're here. We made it. I don't have any name tag to adjust or hat to primp or get adjusted. Well, if you saw, the title of the live this morning is Leaning into the Challenge. And that's what I'm doing. I stood there over at the counter for several moments, just getting my breath. Why is this so difficult? I'm live with you guys all the time, but then I have Phil or Vinny here to catch those awkward silences. You should see me sometimes when I talk to my husband, or anybody really. If I'm talking and there's like that brief pause where typically the other person says something back, if it goes on too long, I'll just start talking again, because awkward silences are awkward. So I am full of all kinds of awkward silences today because I don't get to see you guys interacting with me. So this is tough for me. It's okay. We're going to get through it. Got to lean into the challenge. So I actually, I wrote a couple things down about this because this is something that I've been working on a lot lately, and especially after taking class last weekend with Brian Hill and the Complete Combatant and Defenders USA with Adam Winch. I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about training, and this has actually been an ongoing theme specifically for me, but I do believe all three of us in the training department and anybody that we've talked to about this has gotten to get a bit of a dose of this challenge and leaning into the challenge. We've been talking about it a lot. Whether we went to the ILETA conference and learned about this, or Jedi's class, or Brian Hill, there seems to be an underlying theme that's becoming more and more popular, is leaning into the challenge versus the outcome. You know, as a mom, as a parent, I've also noticed this with my kids. You should be rewarding them for continuing to try and continuing to persevere through the challenges, because that's where the true growth lies. If you don't challenge yourself, if you don't work on those things that make you uncomfortable, you're not going to get any better. Humans love to stay comfortable and work on the things that we're good at. You know, whether we're on the range working on something and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to work on my accuracy, my precision at 25 yards, or whatever it is that you enjoy doing. And usually you enjoy it because you're good at it. So it's easy to just, all right, I'm going to work on this today and go for it. And you get rewarded. You get that pat on the back when you get those good hits that you're looking for. And you know, like today's an example for me. I've made plenty of videos and things, and like I said, I've done this before with Phil and everything's fine. But this is a different challenge for me individually, and I know that this is going to make me better. So I'm happy about that. This is good. Challenges are good. If you're faced with a challenge, you should try to say that to yourself. Good. Because you can find something out of that to grow from and to make yourself better and to make yourself more resilient. In any case, the resiliency that you can get from overcoming the challenge, whether you fail or you overcome, you get that resiliency at the other side of that. So I think that is huge. I need to liven up, guys. Say something to make me laugh or something. I feel like I'm being very drab, but this is something else to think about with the challenge is the tendency for humans to get bored if they're not challenged with something. I had an employee a while ago, several years ago, that told me, this was before I was his boss, so always be mindful of who you're talking to. Before. They could be your boss someday, you've heard that before. He told me that if he doesn't get challenged enough, if he gets bored working there, he will specifically stir up chaos to make things more interesting. And I believe that happens in general. I think that's kind of human nature. It was interesting that he brought it up like that. And he said it in a way that was mischievous. So, but look at lifestyles of maybe some people in your lives. You know, there's people that are faced with a lot of challenges for, you know, many different reasons. But if you can, and I've been this way before, you know, like you spend a lot of your time doing things that are comfortable, you know, and if you don't have anything novel or interesting there to keep you challenged, you're going to create something challenging. It's kind of like if you don't take care of yourself now, you will be forced to later. Think about that medically, you know, like if you don't take care of your body now, if you don't take care of yourself now, you will be forced to later. So that challenge is important to be able to overcome, to climb that hill, to get to the top. It's a tough climb, but the view is way better at the top, way better. And Phil's on vacation, which is one of the reasons why he's not here. And he's in a beautiful place, and I know that he's doing lots of hiking, and some of the pictures he sent, it looks challenging, a hike. But then the pictures of the top of the mountains are, wow, like absolutely stunning. And that's exactly it. That challenge to get to the top is going to be awesome. And embrace the challenge so that way when you get to the outcome, it's even better. Another challenge I have today is I'm teaching Defensive Handgun 2 for the first time. The skills that we teach in Defensive Handgun 2 are things that I know and things that I've taught people in the past, but the curriculum is, you know, me running the curriculum and things like that is, oh, hold on, Phil wants to join our live. I don't see how this works, accept. Add. I don't know how that works, but it says you're being added right now, so maybe we'll get to have you join us. So Defensive Handgun 2, that's going to be a challenge for me today, mostly with just my confidence of running the class for the first time. Like I said, the concepts and the skills that we're going over in the class are not new to me, but you know, just getting the rhythm of actually teaching it and teaching higher level students. I'm very comfortable teaching basic classes, intermediate classes, private lessons, and even going advanced in private lessons and things like that. But to have a class full of advanced level shooters and then teaching them these concepts for the first time, and some of these students are new to me, so it's a whole level of that's new to me. So today's full of all kinds of challenges for me, and I appreciate it. It's good. It's going to be awesome. Let's see. What else can I talk about today? I don't know. Phil, can't get it to go live. I don't know. Let me try again. Accept. Your audience is set to public. If they accept, they'll join. I'll try it again. Oh, says you're joining.
Oh, there we go.
That's funny. Hi, Philium.
Yo.
Where are you at right now? That looks awesome.
I'm sitting on my deck eating breakfast.
Nice. What are you eating?
In Tennessee. Eggs and sausage.
Dang. Nice. We're talking about challenges today.
I like it.
Mm.
Well, I'm not gonna distract you too much. I just mostly wanted to see if I could even get this to work.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. What challenges are you going to face today? You climbing any mountains?
I don't know. We were gonna go whitewater rafting, but the forecast is not looking fantastic today. So I don't know. We'll see.
That's quite a challenge.
No, you just sit in a boat and hope for the best.
Yeah. We were talking about kayaking yesterday. I was talking with Nick, my husband, about kayaking, and we were going to go. Guys, if you didn't know this, over at Simpson Lake, down at 141 and 44 area, on Wednesday nights at 7, they do a little kayaking tour where you can kind of tour the lake. It's free, and you get to learn about wildlife and stuff. And I want to go, so I was telling Nick about it, and he's like, "Yeah, you got to be careful with kayaks because if you flip over, you're kind of stuck in there." And I was like, "Hey,
You'll be okay. You'll be okay."
I know. I'm sure I will. I've never been kayaking before, but I want to go, so I'm gonna go do that at some point. And why not? Not whitewater rafting. No.
Next week.
What?
Said next week. Whitewater rafting. Kayaking on a lake today. Whitewater rafting in a week.
Perfect. So, anyway, I don't have much more else to say. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, you get back to talking about what you're talking about. I'm gonna go just finish my breakfast. Although I don't know how to leave the chat now.
I'm gonna hit. It says remove. There's a remove button. I'm gonna remove you.
That's great. I don't know that I like you having that option.
Hey guys, just so you know, everybody, Phil is bald. Actually, you can actually see it right now. He doesn't have a hat on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, enjoy your vacation.
I will definitely try. Enjoy your week.
All right. See you later.
Later.
Bye.
Maybe.
Ooh, it wants me to block you. No.
Don't block me.
Change to viewer. Oh, there we go. I don't know if that worked. Maybe I kicked him off forever and I blocked him from the channel. That would be weird. Anyway, that was kind of fun. Maybe we'll do that again in the future. So anyway, embrace the challenge, continue to grow, and lean into the challenge because it's good for you. Don't avoid it. Don't go sit on your couch. Go do something fun. Challenge yourself to do things that are scary, and it'll give you a little dopamine rush to keep on keeping on. Ryan, good question. Tell us the difference between the different defensive classes. So we have defensive 1, 2, and 3, and then we also have our low light class, which is after that, and then we have Vinny's mild and spicy drills. So in defensive 1, the prerequisite for that one is going to be essentially a basic handgun or a CCW permit. We want you to have some firearms experience, some training in there of some sort. As many of you know, having a CCW permit does not mean that you're a great shooter. And then if you took a basic handgun class 14 years ago, that definitely doesn't mean that you're going to retain those things. So typically the way we articulate defensive 1 as a prereq to get in there is your ability to be safe is first and foremost. Ideally, you've committed those safety rules to memory as your subconscious, so you will reliably take your finger off the trigger when you're not actively engaging the target. You will be mindful of your muzzle, and these things need to be committed to the subconscious to where you're not having to think about it every single time. Violations in that class are way worse because there's no bulletproof panels between you. We go out beyond the line, so we got to make sure everybody's safe. So first and foremost, your safety needs to be there. Ideally, you're comfortable shooting a decent group. You're putting several rounds on paper and a decent string. You don't have to be fast or anything like that. You don't have to be perfectly accurate. We'll work on all that in class, but a decent group, keeping the gun up on target, taking several shots. If you're still kind of inoculating yourself to the gunfire, take a shot and then have to breathe it out and everything, which is totally fine. It just might not be the class for you to actually grow in yet. So in Defensive 1, we cover drawing from a holster. That's the biggest chunk of that. And then we also work on clearing malfunctions in a defensive nature. So clearing malfunctions quickly to get the gun back into the fight is what we work on in that class primarily. We'll also work on trigger control and some basic accuracy drills and a little bit of efficiency drills too. So Defensive 2, which is what what I'm teaching today, we're going to be working on different reloads. So we'll work on tactical reloads, speed reloads, emergency reloads, basically hoping that you can become proactive with the gun and load your gun before it runs empty. And we'll start working on that. We'll do some movement, and then we'll be doing some kneeling as well. Kneeling is an optional thing in the class. Everybody's at different body types and ages and knee replacements and all that stuff, so it's always an optional thing, but we do introduce the concept so you can work on it on your own, or you can choose whether or not that works for you. So, hey, good morning, Andy. Defensive 2, and then Defensive 3, we start working on target transitions using cover and concealment, and then it gets a little bit more spicy with the movement. So moving to cover, around cover, things like that, and then big and small target transitions. So low light would be the one after Defensive 3, and as the name suggests, we start shooting with the lights out, turning the lights down, using different flashlight methods, understanding weapon-mounted lights and their benefits, things there. Single-handed shooting obviously would be a necessity as well for low-light class, and then you're kind of incorporating a lot of the other things that you've learned as well. So you're building on everything. So could you get an instructor pass to jump into Defensive 3? Sure, yeah, you can. One thing that's really helpful about going up through the curriculum is, we have varying levels of students in class, and if we have students that are, when we're drawing from the holster in Defensive 1 and you've been drawing from the holster for a while and you feel pretty good about that, and first off, dry practice, whatever practice, drawing from the holster is always good. I don't care how high level you are. The second you stop drawing from your holster and practicing that, you're doing yourself a disservice. So, but if you do take one of the classes that you have experience above that level, you're still going to get fine detailed tuning in there, and that's where that stuff, the biomechanics and all the fine details really come out, and I think it's super awesome. So Defensive 1, 2, 3, low light, and then Vinny's mild and spicy drills. So we have a lot of students that take our classes over and over again, which is an awesome thing that we offer here. It's one of my absolute favorite things is if you've taken a class here already, given that there's an open spot a couple days before the class, and there's some other things in there, but for the most part, if there's an open spot a couple days before the class and you want to jump in it again, just reach out to us and we'll let you come in and take the class again for free. You're just responsible for your ammo and things like that. Yeah, Phil, people often think they have more experience than they really do. Absolutely true. So just be open, be humble, be open, come in and you're with the purpose of learning, not with the purpose of, I don't know, getting into Defensive 3 right away or something. Just come in to learn stuff. I promise it's worth it. I promise. So with the amount of students that were coming in and taking these classes over and over again, Vinny was finding himself, Vinny's super creative. If you've never taken a class with Vinny or taken a private lesson with Vinny, he's extremely creative, and he was finding himself kind of tailoring the class to the students that were retaking it or whatever students were there, because he's very much a coach. We all here are very much like coaches. We kind of keep track of our students as they grow, and we're able to tailor the instruction and coaching based off of what our students need. And like I said, Vinny's very creative, so when he was having these repeat students come to these classes, the curriculum was getting a little different. So what we did, we created Vinny's own classes so he could tailor it to the students that were there. So after you've taken defensive 1 and you are good with drawing from a holster, you can take Vinny's mild drills class. And I mean, mild is, there's still drills, there's still amazing drills. And mild is, again, it depends on the student. So it could be very mild. It just depends on who's in there. Or it could be on the other end of the spectrum, a little bit more towards the spicy end. So it's very student geared. And then spicy drills, we want you to be through defensive 3 for that. So you're comfortable moving with the gun. And obviously the drills get spicier. There's a patch that you can earn with either class, and you can also get the rocker that if you beat a certain level of Vinny's standards, you can get a rocker up there to show that you've even hit Vinny's standards, which are pretty high. They're definitely a challenge, and you should challenge yourself with them. Vinny ran me through a spicy drill. I don't even know what day it was. I guess it was Saturday or Friday, but a target transition drill. Just, you shoot with your both hands on the gun at one target, switch to just your dominant hand on another target, support hand on another target, and then support hand supported, which is a whole brain game there. So quite an interesting drill, and like I said, Vinny's creative, so come take those as well. Earn your patch, earn your rocker. You get Vinny's face on your bag. It's hilarious. And if you know anything about Vinny, he doesn't like spicy stuff, so it's even more funny. So, and we have our red dot class coming up soon. So if you're running a red dot on your gun, me and Charles are going to be working together this week to get the information up on the website and get that all ready to go to where all we got to do is just schedule one. So it's going to be it's an 8-hour course, but it's going to be broken up into the option to do 5-hour increments as well. So there's going to be red dot A and B, and then the 8-hour class too. So it's going to be awesome. The red dot course, there's so much value in there to using the red dot to make yourself a better shooter, to use it as a learning tool to see how you know the old ball and dummy drill, right? You load some dummy rounds into your magazine along with live rounds, and when you go to shoot your gun, when you encounter a dummy round, you'll see the gun dip on you and things like that. You'll see what your hands do on the gun when you were expecting recoil. So the red dot class and the red dot itself is a way to diagnose your shooting. And the things that you can see by what your red dot tells you, man, it is, talk about a challenge. When you can really see how awful your grip is, because every time the gun moves, the dot leaves the window, all that stuff is just so very enlightening, so very humbling. And we can't wait to show you guys all the fine tuning that you can get out of it and make shooting so much easier. It's a challenge to work on these concepts because of what you're seeing with the dot and the little issues that you've had with your efficiency. And once you start fine-tuning that stuff, man, shooting is just easier. And like that sense of control and chaos that you get once you get your gun out and you start to take the shot and your shoulders come up and you tense up, all that tension starts to go away because you really understand that tension breeds tension, and it is awesome. It is freaking awesome. So please check it out. We will have some scheduled here soon, and it's gonna be fantastic. So I think that's about it. Charles, what are our deals this month? Are we still doing the member shirts?
Member shirts, and also people can get a new membership for $100 off.
Okay, so new members, we're waiving the initiation fee all month. What? On the yearly membership, not the monthly payment membership. So if you buy a yearly membership, we'll waive the initiation fee. And that's $100, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, and when you're a member, or if you're already a member, you get to get one of these shirts. Are you grabbing one to bring it over here so I don't have to try to navigate the gimbal? you get one of our new shirts that Charles designed. They're freaking awesome. Show us the shirt, Charles.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is our new rain shirt. And what's on the back?
On the back, you have the Second Amendment.
All right.
And nice little American flag at the top.
I like it. And it's super soft shirt. It's really comfortable. So if you're a member, you get one of those for free. So come in and get one. You only get one. So come in and grab your shirt. And if you're not a member, sign up to be a member. Initiation fee is waived, and then you can get a shirt. If you're not a member and you still want a shirt, you can come in and buy one. How much are they? $24.99. I just answered my own question. And we have new hats too. There's Charles is gonna go grab one. Thanks, Charles. Appreciate you. Do we still have the Fiocchi on sale? The 380.
Yes, the 380 Yoki and also
380. 380 Fiocchi hollow points.
And I'm not sure what it is.
Okay, you buy
I'll go check.
more than one
Actually,
box
look
and you
at
get
the
them.
new hats next door is.
Thanks, Charles.
There you go.
Okay, so we got these new hats. I really like this one. Is that? Yeah, that is OD green. It's kind of hard to tell on the camera. It kind of looks like in between FDE and OD. But then we got this one too. So they are nice hats. I'm gonna have to get one. I don't really wear hats, but I'll give it to my oldest. He loves wear hats. So we got all kinds of good stuff. Come in and check it out. Come buy guns. Come look at guns. Come hold guns. Come shoot guns. Come train with us and
The Hornady is
make better decisions on buying guns.
40 Smith & Wesson.
Hornady, 40. Okay, so 40 cal Smith & Wesson. I'm sorry, 40 Smith & Wesson Hornady jacket hollow points. So on sale. What's the discount? Oh boy, just know they're on sale. I got Charles bebopping her 25% off. So, all right, that's about all I got today. I wrote a couple notes just to make sure I covered everything, but oh, one more thing. Talking about the challenge. Don't wait for it to be perfect. Don't wait for perfection in order to do it. That's just procrastination. You're procrastinating because you're waiting for perfect, and it's not going to happen. You got to get going, got to get started. I was waiting for the perfect moment this morning for my hands to stop shaking and everything else, and I was waiting, and I'm like, just do it. Just do it. So I did it. I feel better now, and I hope you guys have a super awesome day. Come hang out with us, 14803 Manchester Road in Baldwin. Open today 10 to 8, Monday through Friday. On Saturday, open 9 to 6, Sunday 10 to 6, and we'll see you soon. All right, see you later. Awkward pause. Toodles.